More sad news out of what seems like it's been like that. We had young Dolph, and now unfortunately another big time up and coming rapper, newer than young Dolph. Young Dolph's been around a lot longer than this guy, but this guy is starting to make headway. Drakeo the Ruler has died after being stabbed in the neck at LA Festival. All right. Keep Six Solid said R.I.P. Drakeo the Ruler. It was at Snoop Dogg's Once Upon a Time music festival in LA. And he was only 28. That's how old I am. So it's very unfortunate that, yeah, he did not make it. Uh, Now, I've done a little bit of research on it. Uh, from what I've learned, it had something to do with an altercation with YG. Uh, and YG's homie stabbed him. That's one of YG's entourage, one of his homies. Draco is trying to get some clout. He's a new rapper, so the idea probably was Draco didn't think it was going to get that bad. All right, probably thought, hey, we're going to have this altercation. Everybody's going to go home nice. It's going to be some cool publicity. YG said, no, that ain't happening. We're taking you all the way out. You're going to be like nothing next year, and everybody's going to be listening to me again. All right. So that's what's happened. A lot of people are talking about it. Whack 100 has already talked about it right after it happened. Truth Teller talked about it. FYBJ Main just dropped one. I didn't see this one. So go check that one out. And then you got all the official. And then on top of that, I bet you Twitter's going wild. But he wasn't that big. Okay? But we heard his name coming up. I heard his name coming up. Um, and he was just waiting on that one hit that was going to make him shine. He was at that point. He was right at that tipping point where he was famous. Don't get me wrong, but he was right at that point where he was about to become a superstar, and then this happened. But I'm sure this is, and then unfortunately, this is where he became a superstar, and that's as far as he'll go. You have to be very careful, okay? You should have been very appreciative of who he was. I was born in 1993 as well. So, come on, man. You're supposed to do your music and get out of there. But you wanted to do something else. People wanted to do something else. And your gang wasn't too strong. Not as strong as the YG's gang. All right, Rap Caviar, R.I.P. Draco. Our hearts go out to his family and friends. Power 106 LA. We are saddened to share the reported passing of Drakeo the Ruler, according to TMZ. Law enforcement sources stated a fight broke out backstage. Drakeo got stabbed. Join us as we send his family, friends, and fans our deepest condolences. But it's almost like all this is a setup. Like these people get killed and whatnot, and it just makes the industry bigger. It makes Drake more money because then, or it makes YG more. It makes all the industry more money. But then look at the sacrifice. The man's dead. All right, he'll never breathe again. All right, like it's hard to explain. This Drake guy's really, 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 really. I'll tell you about this guy. He looks like he's like weak or whatever, and he might stand right there with you or whatever, and you think he's kind of like a soft dude or whatever, and he's smiling right in your face and all that. But he's a really manipulative, backstabbing kind of guy. He's calling this guy, offering this amount of money to take this guy. He's hurting people. This guy's a really bad person, everyone. All right. He looks like he's just a normal guy. He doesn't even have all the scary tattoos or nothing. This is the guy getting a lot of people hurt. All right. They're saying they didn't like him because he copied the name of Drake, sort of. Draco. Right? He just wasn't the legendary Drake or whatever. So that's the scary thing of it all. He should have been, like I said with the King Von, he should have been home. He was at that point where he's blowing up. I had heard his name. I'm all the way in Canada. And I'm hearing this LA rapper's name. All right. Soldier Boy, of course, is going to have something to say about it, like he always does. Okay? Thank you for using some CTL, GTL. I don't know what the hell that is. You got 175 million views. Okay. It's been doing it since 2012. Wow. Man, 175 million views, boy. Only 232,000 subs, though. Subscribers. So he got all the views and all that, but not many people subbed to him. So maybe they watched him, but they were hating on him. He had a lot of haters, this guy. Okay, you can tell in his numbers he had a lot of haters. Because usually if 175 million people watch your video, 175 million, okay? And only 232,000 were fans. Okay, we can open the calculator up. 175 million. Okay. Minus 232,000. That means 174,768,000 people didn't fuck with Drakeo the Ruler enough to be like a super fan and subscribe to him. So that means 174 million people, 768,000, could have had problems with Drakeo the Ruler because they didn't subscribe. But then you could say at the same time that even your subscribers, there could be fake, like um, ghost subscribers, I guess you could call them, that they're subscribed to Draco, but they don't really like Draco or nothing like that, but they're subscribed to keep up with him because he's a person out there and they want to make sure that they're keeping up with the dude, right? So it's just not. Yeah, you got to be like moving like the president. If you got 175 million views, why are you getting into fights backstage with anybody? Okay, I don't even have that many views, and you would not ever see me move like these fucking guys do. All right, like look at my views. I got like 300,000 views. Okay, and 1,000 subscribers, and I would not in a million years, I would not uh, get caught slipping like they do. Should have had his Draco on him first of all. Should have been had the armed security. It only costs maybe a couple $1,000 to have a like armed security with you. Okay, and then you could have shot their. You could have just fucking street sweeped them. You could have street sweeped them. All right. But nah, man, he wasn't thinking. He thought it was all sweet. Okay. And it wasn't sweet. And YG, this is where it gets sick. It's not sweet because YG's a big time rapper and he's hungry because, man, he has not had any big hits in a while. All right. Think about it. You got 192 million views on this one. That's 7 years ago. I remember when this came out and I remember those times. So this guy's making big, big money back then. Big money. Enough money to be able to eat this and buy a car and a house and buy your mama this and all your friends that and all that. Now the money went down and he only has a 3.4 million song. And that he's got enough money to eat or whatever, but what about his homies and shit? And that's what happened. His crew got him.